A lawsuit against Florida Governor Rick Scott sought to overturn an effective ban on restoring the voting rights of ex-felons, and now we actually have a verdict on it. This lawsuit was brought against Governor Rick Scott by a group of former felons in Florida who had completed their sentences but were denied voting rights by the state's Office of Executive Clemency. They were supported by the Fair Elections Legal Network. So they had already paid their debt to society and they wanted to start participating in society once again, which in many states is something you can do, but it's harder in some and it's damn near impossible in others, like in Florida, but perhaps not in the near future. US District Judge Mark Walker had this to say in his ruling: to vote again, disenfranchised citizens must kowtow before a panel of high-level government officials over which Florida governors has absolute veto authority. No standards guide the panel. Its members alone must be satisfied that these citizens deserve restoration. The question now is whether such a system passes constitutional muster. It does not. If any one of those citizens wishes to earn back their fundamental right to vote, they must plod through a gauntlet of constitutionally infirm hurdles. No more. When the risk of state-sanctioned viewpoint discrimination skulks near the franchise, it is the province and duty of this court to excise such potential bias from infecting the clemency process.
Mark Walker, impressive written opinion.
Very good,
really well said.
Yeah, now that doesn't mean that it's done and it's fixed today, but Mark Walker will be holding hearings on the subject in mid-February, and that is a good first step.
Now, and that outlines how ridiculous the process is. So essentially you drag your case before this committee, and then ultimately, after you've made your case, and even this committee, which is likely stacked against you, says, all right, voting rights, you should get them back. Except the governor can overturn that. That's essentially the way it's set up in Florida. It's ridiculous. I mean,
and how are you voting, by the way? Yeah,
exactly, right.
And there was an example of that.
Right, in this piece.
Yeah.
Also, there's a 10,000 person backlog of applicants to try and get their voting rights restored.
Yeah.
And felonies, by the way, are also nonviolent drug offenses and robbery. So again, these aren't rapists and murderers in every single case.
Obstruction of justice would be.
I mean,
sure, just comes to mind.
It's for whatever reason.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and this is one of the topics I've seen, like Tucker Carlson talk about this. Like they want felons to vote, and I understand that.
Oh, Tucker Carlson.
No matter what the topic or what the intellectual merit to one side or another, you're supposed to feel weird and bad about saying anything positive about someone who's broken the law. Like you're supposed, no, they're just terrible. It doesn't matter if they went to jail, they're just terrible. But philosophically, why shouldn't they be able to vote?
Sure.
I mean, so you talked about the nonviolent crimes. Okay, what if they beat the shit out of somebody and they go to jail for 10 years and then they're out? Okay, why can't they vote?
Right.
Why are they banned from participating in democracy? That seems like the sort of thing that would help to reintegrate a person into society. It's just you're expected to agree with it from the right wing that obviously felons are the worst sort of people. They should never be allowed to vote, even though there's no philosophical underpinning to that.
It's the way they paint immigrants in the worst possible way. But if the state feels you worthy of being released, then you should be worthy of the vote. It's that simple. If you paid your debt to the point that you were released from incarceration, you should be allowed to vote.
Yeah.
Particularly since there are a lot of things associated with that vote that are involved with the prison system, the privatization of prisons, the way these prisons are administered, corruption associated with the prison system. These are all things that are handled by voting. So here's somebody who just came out of the prison system. I would think they might have a window on that stuff.
Yeah.
No, and it could be huge, right? If this goes through and this is lifted, it could set a precedent for other states. And I think it's really positive. And I know there are folks working on this campaign, so that's super important. Because it's really another example also of institutionalized racism and classism and ways that, if it's funny, after I lived in Latin America for a while and voting is mandatory, you have to vote. Right? So what happens? You buy off the poor people. But when voting isn't mandatory, you just try and take their voting rights away from poor people and people who are, disenfranchised or who are, minorities or oppressed or whatever.
Yeah.
So this would be a huge step in changing that.
Yeah.
You just watched the video by the Young Turks, the home of the revolution. If you'd like to get the full show, come join us and become a member. TYTnetwork.com/join.